Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. We are here on a Saturday because you guys know I am here in Atlanta, and actually both Scorpio, Mo, and I are in Atlanta, but I was the only one without power yesterday. Scorpio, Mo had power. I was all the way out. But as a result, I think it was a blessing because we have an amazing show tonight. We got a guest hanging out with us, and we got a chance to add tonight's crazy ass Arrests and Infidelity Huntsville. We had a chance to add that to tonight. So let me bring the guys in. Scorpio, Mo, C-Dub, what's good?
Hey, what's the name of the thing again?
Arrests and Infidelity Huntsville.
That's a lot to say, but I got you though.
Well, love and marriage. I refuse to say love and marriage Huntsville. I refuse.
These last episodes, boy.
Yes. Now, Daddy says Mo is back in the bed. He's not hurt. He's just, the sciatica is not sciaticing. He's just.
Nah, it's C-Dub is at my place. We're working on some business stuff, and we thought since we got him here, let him come on. And when we were in the same room, the signals were crossing. So I just went to my bedroom. He's in the studio, so it's all good.
Yeah, he's not an invalid, y'all.
And they're not in the room. They're not in the bed together.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
I just want to make sure there's clarity for the ladies.
What?
What the hell? Just saying he's in the bed. But hey, Tiara Marie, hey, Danny, you guys let us know where you're from. I promise tonight's show is going to be amazing. I have pulled all kinds of clips. There's all types of things that we need to talk about tonight. And I'm just going to get the easy stuff out the way. So that we can get down to business with Arrests and Infidelity Huntsville. The first thing I want to say is that we know the Grand Dame, Karen Hooger, which we spoke about a few weeks ago, she skipped out on the upcoming Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. And for those of you that know, we played a video a few weeks ago of Karen's DUI arrest. And I am not surprised that Karen did not show up for the reunion after we saw that footage, because like Maurice, she was suggesting that she was innocent until proven guilty. However, that video footage revealed that she was indeed intoxicated.
How drunk was she?
Oh, she was drunk.
Oh, so she wasn't nice.
She was drunk.
Oh, but she was way past night.
Okay.
I got you. It's hilarious.
Her husband could not control her. Like, he was trying.
You mean Mr. Ray? Isn't that his name, Ray?
Mr. Ray, indeed. Mr. Ray was unable to control his.
Yo, cut it out, man. You know, the fact that you even said Mr. Ray, you don't seem to stop playing, man. No.
What I'm saying is I said Mr. Ray because I was like, isn't her husband and Mr. whatever? Yeah, I watched Potomac from time and,
And there we have it. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong.
No, I'm not saying there was nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, whatever. Okay.
Look at that. Kiara Rogers is checking in from Conyers, Georgia. Thank you, Kiara, and welcome. Hopefully you are, with the snow, it's not so bad. It's melting today. Not she was Thomas Jefferson drunk.
I like that.
Oh, gun.
Hold on for one moment, please, if I may interject. Adrian. Gun boss. Brother-in-law of mine.
We don't have time for that, guys.
Nah.
Boss, to your corner. All right. But let me ask you guys this before we get into anything else. I just want to talk about Karen's. She's on a reality show. We know these reality shows put a lot of pressure on people because they're trying to live up to this lifestyle. I think that Karen needs to be asked to sit out. I don't think she should have a contract for next season. She announced that, or at least her rep announced that she was in rehab. And so she's getting help because that's what everybody does when they don't want to go to jail. They offer to go to rehab. But I feel like if you can't handle being on a reality show and you can't take accountability for doing wrong, you probably should sit out for a while and get yourself together.
That part.
I mean, at 62, we don't want anything to happen to Madame.
This is not the first time for this lady.
That's her fourth DUI?
It's her fourth. It's her fourth DUI, and the second while on the show. And I feel like because number one, I feel like because she can't take accountability. You guys have seen her the entire season. She refuses to acknowledge she has a problem. She lashes out at the other women, and they are messy, but that's what you sign up for. So I feel like they got rid of Robin because Robin would not be honest about her situation with her philandering husband. So if you can't be honest, you don't need to be on the show. So I feel, and at 62, Karen knows better, so I feel like Karen needs to sit out.
Yo, the fourth one, she 9 months to a year, good 6 months. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she may end up doing a little, but I don't think she'll do jail time because of her position. I think she'll probably get a slap on the wrist and probably some community service. She'll probably launch a foundation. It's BS, but I just feel like Karen needs to sit out. I don't feel like she should be on the show. She should not have a champagne glass for next season.
That would be very irresponsible of the show to do that. You're correct. What
do you think, C-Dub? Should she be allowed to slide back in?
Probably, because they let Kyle's sister Kim do that on OC, but she was like she was ahead.
Yeah. She was.
How do you know this information?
Don't ask. You know what? Give our guests some courtesy. This is his second time on. Now third time we're gonna give it to you straight, but we could give him a little courtesy tonight.
This is my first time on this iteration of this program. I'm not here for your colored shenanigans on a Saturday night. So first time for everything.
Well, then let's go. I think that. So what do you think? You think that? So you think because Kyle was a hot mess on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bless her heart.
You mean bad. Kim? I mean, I think they should. I mean,
not Kyle. Kim.
I mean, they probably do need to let her slide. I mean, just because it's Potomac and she's on a black cast doesn't mean that she should be relegated to the sidelines. I mean, they let everybody else rock out, so why not? Plus, Andy likes the mess anyway.
But see, the thing is, she's not being honest though. And they let Robin go on that show last time because she was not being honest.
That part.
Yeah.
We have 4 DUIs on her record. Many times folks plead to a lesser charge. I think she did plead to a lesser charge, but she's been arrested for DUI 4 times. That's too many.
Do anybody know what the time span has been since she's 62? Is it like 4 times in the past year?
No, it definitely has not been. I know it's been since she's been on the show, so we know that there's been 2 in at least 4 years. But I'm not sure when the other. I mean, she, and she takes accountability for nothing. I don't want to spend too much time on Karen, but I just feel like, I have empathy, but I feel like she needs to. If she's checked herself into a substance abuse program and she can't show up for the reunion, then she shouldn't be able to show up for the next season. Maybe the following one. Maybe 64, not 63.
That part.
That's fair.
All right. I was going to talk about Married at First Sight, but we don't have time because so many things have happened on Arrests and Infidelity Huntsville. Now, the first thing I want to bring into exhibit is the fact that we know at Destiny's Field Day, Sonny went live and shared that what caused insult to injury is that Martell brought Arion, aka Coleslaw, to the event, and a lot of the cast members were upset because she's not officially on the show. So Martell tried to force the producers and production to let her on the show. Melody was not there, so he probably thought that it could work. But I think that was BS on Martell's side. I don't think that she should be allowed to film, but that did cause things to get a little heated because you guys know when a woman is involved. That's why Marsau mentioned that he had seen videos of her. Martell had shown him videos of her that's why that was brought up, because she was there and he was trying to embarrass her. Now, Sonny went live and said that it was a lot worse than we saw. And Marsau tried to act like nothing ever happened. Martell basically came on.
Right.
Is something going on, Scorpio Mo?
No, I was trying to turn the TV. What's the name on the show? See,
it looked like you were talking to somebody.
No, I was trying to hurry up and do it before you made it known to everybody what I was trying to do.
Oh, well, it didn't work. So anyway, Sonny exposed it. Marsau got on. Now, this is after this big thing happened. Marsau got on and tried to act like everything was okay. Now, Marsau went live and tried to, before the end of the year, this is before Martell did his big expose with Coleslaw. This is Marsau on his live.
One hell of a year. And as we bring this year to a close, what up, though? I just want to, it's been a tough year. Not for me, but for, the people that are around me. And so I basically just want to say that God is a good God. God is a good God, and he's brought us through a lot.
All right, so Marsau tried to act like it wasn't a big deal. He started talking about Michigan football, basically tried to act unbothered by the fact that Martell had done this big expose like he was unbothered. Now, interestingly enough, recently Maurice went live, and Maurice is the more honest of the two, and this is what he had to say about the skerfuffle during field day.
Hey guys, how you guys doing today? To be honest with you guys, we've kind of had a little rough start to the beginning of this week. I saw that Marsau went live yesterday, and he's sitting over there gloating and everything about some of the notoriety that he's gained because of the fight that happened on Love and Marriage Huntsville over the weekend. Even though it was kind of embarrassing, I wanted to be very clear about what actually happened during that fight and the events that led up to it. There's a lot that you guys didn't see. However, in the moment that I acted, I was acting to protect the situation, protect my brother from further harm. And what I will tell you is I wanted to really protect Dr. Adara Collins' work, because Martell was going to slap the teeth out of his mouth.
Woo! Woo!
So according to Maurice, Martell was going to whoop his brother's behind.
And I believe it.
I'll give the floor to you, gentlemen.
Well, I definitely believe it. Where did this take place at?
A field.
Oh, so this was the field day event?
This was the field day event that Destiny put together, that production had Destiny create.
Why are they going live about it so late? Wasn't that like a few weeks ago?
Well, they had to wait until it aired.
Well, I mean, if it aired Saturday, I'd be doing it Saturday, an hour after it, or maybe the latest the next day.
But they wait, and they watch, and they respond to the comments. And so Maurice in his video was trying to clear it up. I just want you guys to speak to the fact that Maurice and Marsau throw each other under the bus all the time.
All the time.
And they're related?
They're brothers.
But you got one that's a lawyer. So
Maurice is a lawyer.
The last one that just spoke, Corey, was a lawyer. So I understand his angle. He covers bases. He does what a lawyer's supposed to do after the fact. I get that. But Marsau, I don't know if he's just doing damage for his brother, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if he's throwing a rock out and hiding his hand, but what he is doing is he's doing it, but kind of like chastising his brother or dissing him at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think those videos were very telling. I think Marsau always tries to make himself look good, and we're going to see some more of that tonight.
Absolutely.
I think Maurice tries to make himself look good as well, but I think he kind of takes low-key digs at Marsau because Maurice is actually the older brother, but you know, Marsau tries to act like he's smarter than everybody. So I think sometimes Maurice just be like checking him a little bit. You know what I mean? Because that is hilarious for him to say that Martell was going to knock the teeth out of his brother's mouth. That's wild.
He was. He's big.
Was.
I believe him.
I believe him too. But I'm gonna say this is another thing. This is just a little interesting fact. So Marsau had on a shirt that said Detroit versus everybody. I did know that Marsau and Maurice were not from Huntsville. I didn't realize they were from Detroit. Also, we saw tonight that Destiny is from Detroit as well. Isn't that interesting?
I can see that.
So they brought the D to Alabama?
Definitely. What up, though? Indeed.
Oh,
it's so cold in the D.
Hey.
exactly.
But I think it's interesting because their energy doesn't feel like a Southern gentleman type energy.
They're from the Midwest.
I know, I'm saying, but you don't know. The show is supposed to be in Huntsville.
Well, I mean, you could get tied in. They're married to women from Huntsville, correct?
They are, but not. Kimmy is from Baltimore.
What did they meet in Huntsville?
I guess they met in college. They met all in college in Alabama A&M and you know.
Oh, okay. So that explains how they got to Huntsville. Okay.
Yeah, and I guess it's probably a lot easier to. I mean, you come from Detroit. Huntsville is probably a piece of cake.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Danny says none of them are from Huntsville. What's up, Melissa? So let's take a pivot because we're gonna definitely come back to Martell and Marsau. We definitely gonna stay there. But I want to take a pivot to our good friend Marquez. I want to take a pivot to our friend Marquez and
please tell me you got a video of this.
Oh yes.
There we go.
Oh yes. And then I want to talk about I don't have a video of him trying to talk to Melody at Melody and Mimosas, but we're going to talk about that in just a second. Let's get into this video with him and the fellas, and then we'll talk about the moment that he died in front of everybody at Melody and Mimosas.
I actually met him for the first time at the event.
Yeah.
At his son's and daughter's event.
I kind of got told last minute, but you know.
Oh, really?
I didn't even realize it was at the house.
But you came in and you were saying right off the top,
That was hella uncomfortable.
I'm
my worst fear was to see another man come in and take care of my kids, and then like to come to the house and have to celebrate for my kids and then see that.
Well, you came in with more of a tough guy type of persona until you sat down and started saying how you really felt.
My son spoke to me about that too, and that's what I'm getting away from.
You came in super emotional or came in super tough?
Well, my emotion probably came off as tough.
It doesn't.
Now, I live for Marsau and Marquez conversations. I live for them because Marsau goes at him so hard. It is so strange the way he goes at him like he is a bia, and he doesn't do anything. So the rest of that scene, basically, they told Marquez that he obviously does not care about his children. And they said, because if you did, then you would have at least been seeing your children. But all this time you have not seen your children. Then Martell got astray because they were like, well, Martell didn't, he didn't do great with his marriage, but he cares about his kids. And Martell don't, if he's not with his kids, he's upset. So this is obvious that you can be a bad husband and a good father. Marquez had nothing to say again.
Hey man, the young brother is he's lost, man. He definitely. You talking about somebody that needs counseling? That young brother.
Medication.
Huh?
And medication and a short bus.
Yeah, I guess that's all in the, yeah.
He is really slow. Like, I don't understand the fact that Trish was with him for that long lets us know all we need to know.
Don't act like she's the sharpest tool in the shed. Hold up now. Hey, don't do that.
Well, I'll take it even further. Let's don't act like Ken was at the top of his class either.
It all makes sense to me.
All coming together.
Well, slow is slow.
Gun Boss has this saying. He says, smooth is fast and fast is, I can't think of it. He'll put it in the chat, but no. And actually, the tree has limbs because Marquez is slow. Marquez is with Tisha, who is also a bit slow.
So Dumb and Dumber.
Who is with Ken, who is also a bit slow.
Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest.
Tisha cheated with Martell.
See the whole, you see it?
Connect the dots as you will. Yes,
so
okay.
she's the solar system of sluts.
Gunboss said slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yes. But this is not the case with these people. Yes, it is it's Huntsville, Ken, Tisha, Marquez, and Martell have the combined
IQ seems pretty low. Very low.
This is why, but see, okay, so let's talk about melody, mimosas with melody.
Right.
I'm passing the baton to you, Scorpio Mo.
First of all, it was a dumbass event to start off with. Let's start there.
Well, damn.
It was very unnecessary, but it sets the stage, right? She's a very grand, over-the-top woman. But I can't say these last 2 episodes I like her. That's why I text you the message I did. I saw something.
I bet you did.
She plays like she don't know, but she's actually a step ahead of all of them.
It's clear she's a step ahead. She doesn't even play. It's like
no, but you see she's in your face with it. Was like but she'll know you're lying, and she'll be like, she's like, you did. I know. Okay. I'm crying, laughing because I see it. That's why I text you what I text you. I was like, yo, I know this move.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
But the brother though, Marquez, man, God bless him, man. You talking about somebody that made an ass of themselves. Like, this dude has no shame. I hope he's getting. I
would not assume. I think he's trying to get a check by popping up in these scenes. Also think that he probably thinks that because he has pretty eyes, that he can get attention. He asked Melody, did she want him to rub her feet?
Listen, he can do whatever the eyes, but don't take that hat off. I know that much.
Danny said Kingdom Reign is not paying Marquez, and Carlos is not. He's gonna have to do a lot. I just don't see where does he gonna fit in. First of all, it's almost like on a football field when the running back is running and the defensive Marsau is like the defense. Marquez can't do nothing because Marsau was like, he can't. He can't. Did y'all see what he did to him in front? He said, "You said that you had her blushing," and he was like, "Well, I mean, I didn't say." Yes, you did. You said you blushing.
Yeah, he was wrong for that. Like, let that man rock out and let him do what he do. If he fail, he fail. But let him fail on his own. He don't. Come on, man.
Oh, he's gonna fail on his own.
Yeah, but let him do it. He don't need aid from you. He gonna do it all by himself. Trust me.
Maybe he's trying to save him some time, some effort, some embarrassment.
He's helping embarrass him. He's embarrassing him even more.
He's taking it from him and like, I got it. Let me point out how stupid you are. I'm telling you, I just feel like they're on and he's like, nope, get that out of here. Isn't there some type of infamous shot where a basketball player swats somebody's shot out of the
numerous times?
It's Lucy with Charlie Brown. You'll never kick the football.
That's a beautiful reference. Beautiful reference. Poor Marquez, but I don't want him on. I just feel like we got too much. I don't want him on the show anymore.
He's comic relief. We need him on the show.
We
don't need him, but he's funny. We don't need him, but he's funny.
Is he funny?
I mean, I'm entertained by him making an ass of himself. Yes, I'm entertained.
Well, were you entertained? Were you entertained by Chris and Melody's conversation? First of all, before we go to Chris and Melody, how do you gentlemen feel about Nell, Miss Nell, as Melody continues to call her, which is hilarious, having a bachelorette party at 61?
Let me tell you,
being married 30 years.
I have a theory about this.
Come on.
Oh my!
It seems to me, I could be wrong, lady. I don't know, but it seems like she might have had a little work done at the or not on the maybe on the face, but the body. She sees a little sculpt.
A little snatched. Was she a little snatched in the bridal gown?
Even her arms, something about the body was like. See, like seriously. Usually at that age, it's not that tight. Now I'm not saying she don't work out, but the rest of her don't look like it work out. That's what made me know she don't work out. He does not strike me as a woman that works out and goes to the gym. I don't see her. I don't see her at the fitness place.
Can I say, I feel like Miss Nell is a very cute woman. I think she's super cute.
For her age.
I didn't say that. I did not put the preposition at the end. I just said
So she got a new roof, but the rest of the house is messed up.
Carrie says she's admitted that she's had work done. I think everybody that saw her in the gown understands, but I think that it was.
God bless her.
That it was tastefully done.
Tasteful.
No, but what I'm saying is, so with that, I think she wants to. I think if she had the old body, she wouldn't be doing this.
But what about the bachelorette? But I'm asking is, why are we having a bachelorette party?
That's what it's for. All attention on me and all my newness, even though I've been married forever.
A bachelorette party at 61.
She can't
after 30 years of marriage. That's the and I feel like Chris also said that he was having a bachelor party.
Hold on. Did they have one when they did get married? I'm being for real.
She said that they did not have a grandiose wedding.
No, so why not get remarried and do the whole thing and renew your vows?
They're doing it because you saw her in a bridal gown.
So why not get if they didn't have a decent one and they ain't had a bread, why not, man? Let them people do their thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So you're okay with the bachelor and bachelorette party?
I don't think you need to do that part, but maybe they.
I feel like Chris is trying to get a free and legal cheat in, and Miss Nell probably.
A
free and legal cheat.
How is that legal?
Because if you're baked because you're having a bachelor party, and usually when you're a bachelor, it's the last night that you're single. So,
but isn't he already married?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't like that. Don't do that. I don't like that. Don't do that.
None of it makes sense. None of it.
We're gonna
none of it makes sense.
Back to Marsau. We're gonna get back to
We're
Marsau.
not justifying cheating on this show, Christal.
Sonny said, I got my good eye on Chris slick ass. We all do.
There you go. There you go. Don't he look
got
slick?
the eye on, and I'm not saying a bachelor party means you're cheating, but I'm just saying it's kind of strange that they both want to have bachelor and bachelorette parties. And I'm just saying, for me, now Melody did bring up to Chris that she knew that he had cheated before.
That was the part I loved. I liked the way he said it too.
Okay, so question. So they both wanted to have a bachelorette and a bachelor party
before
even though they've
of their vows.
Okay.
Do you feel like it's a free and legal cheat?
You gotta stop saying legal. It's not legal. These people are married.
It's a free cheat. It's a pass. It's a hall pass.
Yeah.
I was you, Christal. Don't say that.
What?
Don't say that.
Don't say it's a hall pass?
No, because the implication in that, okay, well, I'll put it like this. For every woman, that just makes it look like, because you said it about men, but you didn't say it about women. Like
I said it about both. You didn't hear me. I said both of them want a free and legal cheat.
At first, you did say Chris. You didn't mention. Okay, but
I think she does too, because if you notice, Chris brought up when she checked Chris about the fact that he set up Melody and Tisha.
Right.
He did make sure that he told his wife, "You're always talking about how good looking a man is." And then we heard her talk about, they showed the clip where she talked about how fine Martell was, how she mentioned that Chris be in the gym working out. Like, Miss Nell be looking at the men. I ain't mad at her. I'm just saying. Just saying.
What does that have to do with a past, though?
Well, the rumors are that they both had cheated, and I'm just saying that she.
Okay. All right.
I got you.
I'm saying Miss Nell likes looking at attractive men. Now,
so they
not blind.
I know I'm not either, but I'm just saying, say one thing is, aside from Mr. Denzel Washington, I don't have my picture anymore. I don't just go around talking about how fine men are, because I have a fine man at home that I want to, give respect to. You can't just be out here talking about other men when you got a husband. Now, I ain't been married for 30 years like Miss Nell. But I'm just saying, like, certain things, I don't need you to say me along, sir. Okay, I'm not gonna.
See that? See?
Right back at you.
So, anyway, the point is, I just think that as a married man, a married woman on camera, you just don't go around constantly talking about how fine other men are.
Gotcha.
Well, like Mo says, she may be old, but she ain't cold.
Listen.
Y'all are stupid. So, Melody and Chris, I thought that was an interesting, what I would like in that conversation too. So Nell checked Chris about the fact that he supposedly hooked up Martell and Trish, which he did, because why would he as a married man of 30 years is on the phone with Martell talking about how good the women in the gym look and explaining to Martell how Trish's body looks in her workout gear. And then Martell goes to her Instagram. He knew where her Instagram was. He knew exactly where to point Martell. And so then Melody confronts him. What it felt like to me is, have you ever seen like if there's a high school student that is volunteering with preschoolers, and it's like, what are you doing? Did you do the wrong thing? Oh my goodness, you're going to get in trouble. Like, Melody is so she plays the hell out of them. She comes in there, how y'all doing? I need to get some popcorn for my kids. Oh my goodness, Chris, you come on. I mean, it's like a college student that is volunteering and playing with first graders. Now, you know you're going to get in trouble for doing that. Did you do that? You did? Okay, I'm going to let you get away with it this time. That's what it feels like.
I was entertained. Yeah.
You feel like Chris was wrong.
Doing it. And she looked good doing it.
I do. That's why. That's what we were getting to. That's what Melody earlier. Somebody asked me what was Mo talking about. Mo likes the fact that he thinks Melody looks good, and she's very beautiful. And she's a Scorpio.
So the fact I knew the energy and how she was playing and acting, but she was actually a step ahead of them, and that Scorpio energy, and I saw it.
And you liked it.
Yeah, that could have been on anybody I would like it. It's just a plus to her because she's attractive.
It is nice, nasty, absolutely private person. So do you guys think that I think Chris was dead wrong, because Chris and Nell were friends of Melody and Martell, and they were both like acting like they wanted the relationship to work out, even when they are separated. This show, and I guess all reality TV, does not think marriage is important, because you can separate from your spouse and everybody feels like you have the pass to do whatever you want, as Ken got into. We'll talk about in a bit. But I think that Chris was wrong, because don't smile in Melody's face and act like you want them to get back together, and then go call Martell and be talking about women. Not only does that mean I think you're wrong as far as smiling in Melody's face, but I also feel like you're just a cheater yourself.
Let me say this. That happens more times than you think.
Of course.
And probably all them dudes on that show have done that at least once or twice.
More than that. Did y'all notice that Marsau and Maurice caught a stray because Chris threw them under the bus?
Yes, he did.
He said that sounds like something that Maurice and Marsau would do.
Don't ever do no crime or no nothing with none of these dudes, boy.
They just passing the gun around.
Basically.
He said they made women sign an NDA.
Yeah. No, well, he didn't say that, but he implied it. But that lets you know who they knew they was talking about. He said
He said that sounds like Maurice and Marsau having women sign a contract.
Right.
Wow.
Well,
he said it.
Like they were the type to do it.
He did, but I mean,
we knew what he was talking about, right?
Especially with the Credit One shot last week.
Can we talk about? Listen, hey, y'all saw the show last week. When Melody came in there to talk to Maurice, first of all, they showed the outside sign and walk in the building, and then the camera pans and sweeps from the left to right. And so, mind you, this is the episode after the incident when they were talking about everything happening in Credit One. So, yes, good eye, Christal. Yes.
They swept and let us know exactly where allegedly Marsau's alleged mistress was on a chair.
As soon as I see that, I started looking at chairs and shit. I'm just like, yeah. It's a lot of interesting furniture in there.
When I saw the Credit One sign, I was like, here we go. The infamous Credit One.
That part.
So what do you think, Corey? If you're friends with somebody, do you think, or C-Dub, do you think do you think Chris was wrong, even though Melody and Martell were separated, they weren't divorced, and he basically put Martell onto his quote unquote cousin first removed on his mama's side?
Let me just prerequisite this by saying that's some country. Number one. Number two, yeah, it's kind of foul. I mean, you're not divorced, so I mean, I wouldn't even want to be the one that's credited as leading you down a path of, regardless if you're my family or not, I just don't want to be actually involved or have my name come up in any type of discussion talking about, oh, well, so-and-so put you on the so-and-so, and, you know, I just leave me out of it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
I would never line anybody up to knock down my cousin. I'm not doing. I've had to tell cousins that. Listen, two grown people meet and do what they do, but I'm not be like, yo, man, you got to meet my cousin. She did that. I'm not setting that up.
I don't feel like that's and the way he said it, it didn't say I'd never seen her before. I just realized she's my cousin on my grandma.
No, I don't need to hear all that, man.
Chris, we are watching you, sir. You of the slick beard, you silver fox, you. We are watching you. And of course he was lying, and Melody did know it. And then it's funny that he had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to get mad at Melody saying that she was waiting to hear his response before she agreed to attend their vow renewal.
And see how she told it and set it all up? I knew when the deadline, I was like, yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, she just, like I said, I don't see how Melody can stay on this show because what are we gonna do? I mean, what she doesn't really she's too, it doesn't make sense. She's just playing with them, and I just, it's not fun to watch those scenes. It could be funny, but I mean, after a while, it's like, what are we gonna do?
But she's stepping down to deal with them. That's the problem.
It is, unfortunately so.
And it's a big step.
But can you imagine when you see this? Can you imagine what her and Martell were doing for those 11 years?
Imagine them discussions and arguments. Because he's not God. Like, you could think circles around this dude.
She did.
And it's just like, come on, man. After a while, you just get bored and be like, yo, just give it up, bro.
I don't want to play no more. I said I'm done. Don't want to play.
Yeah, just give it up, bro.
Well, this scene with Marsau at the Melody and Mimosas was interesting to me because it made me think that, first of all, I think Marsau has really come into his own. He is bold. He's being very bold lately. So I wanted to ask you guys a question after this clip here.
Mel, I gotta be honest with you. I thought that the millimeters didn't like me. You got a lot of Mars soldiers in there. There's a lot of Mars soldiers in there now. There's not a lot of Marquezers.
Not right
Marquezers.
I think that ship has sailed for Marsau to ever be able to convert any millimeters to Mars soldiers. Like, what? Are you gonna do a draft? Like,
that was corny. He's smart. That was corny of him. He shouldn't even. No man is going to sit up there. There's no man celebrity got a crew like the Beehive and none of these other people.
Mars soldiers?
I was gonna ask, do you all consider yourselves Mars soldiers?
What?
Is there anyone in the chat that would consider themselves a Mars soldier? He does have gumption, Joe. I love that word. That is perfect. He has a lot of gumption.
Gumption, gall, audacity, nerve.
Come on. Come on.
But millimeters, and then he clowned Marquez. He said, I don't think there are any Marquezers or anything.
What?
Marquez said he has everything but a good bra. And I've seen that they do have undergarments for men to pull in those, those pecs that have been touched by, that need a little testosterone. Yes. There are support garments for men. I do know men in the entertainment industry that, we got one Mars soldier. Tamika Musgrave is a Mars soldier.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's support. I'm not gonna lie. He's funny to me. He's funny to me.
There's a difference between humor and stupidity.
Just say people support you. Don't name them. Let the women do that, man. Don't name your people.
I don't know about calling them. I think he was just clowning the millimeters. But Chelsea came there. He was like, "How you doing? Hey, all right now."
I think he's just getting comfortable. That's all. Now he's getting comfortable, and he's
not bold and busty. I gotta put that. But Bold and Busty. Oh my God, that is it. Arrests and Infidelity, and one of our main cast members is the Bold and Busty. I love it. Hilarious. Hilarious, but yeah, he was clowning the mellow meters. But it was, one thing about Marsau, you're not. I think he and Melody are the only people that can go back and forth. Maybe Kimmy a little.
You can't rattle him, because even him talking to Martell with his wife there, he was Martell. Listen, I'm surprised this dude is not aggressive and he want to fight. But he's calm, he's collective, and he says little slick stuff. But I got to give it to him. Him and Melody is
You know what? Jonah said he is shaped like he wears a corset to bed.
That was funny. That's funny.
But Anisha says Marsau is shaped like a deep sigh, as in
a deep sigh. That, my friend, was funny.
That's golden.
And I know
that's golden.
Funny. That was funny.
Oh,
a deep sigh. Wow.
Sigh.
As much as I said stuff about people, you got to let keep them coming. Keep them coming, y'all.
Bold and Busty, shaped like he wears a corset to bed.
That is hilarious. Keep them coming.
I cannot take it. I cannot take it. Now, all right.
He holds it all in his chest. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Funny.
I still think the comment for tonight was he is built like a deep sigh. I gotta take that.
I mean, how are you built like a breath?
Because I was
picturing. There's just a heavy weight.
And you know how when you let it all out, you just kind of.
It's like, I quit.
I'm weak. Okay. All right, we gotta get into this ridiculous conversation. Who with Martell, Marsau, and Tisha. And I want to say this is reality TV at its finest. Carlos has managed to surpass Andy Cohen. Joda, stop.
She getting them all off.
Let's it out.
She getting them off.
I don't know. I don't play with y'all no more. Now, what I'm saying is Carlos has managed to have grown black men going at each other and saying things that really would erupt in a fight. We saw what happened with Glendale and Willie. And that they didn't even say stuff as bad as this. This is crazy. The way
been around each other, they know each. You see what I'm saying? It's a little different.
I still think for grown men to be talking like this is wild.
And the reason why I say that is because if they've ever seen me and Corey crack jokes on each other and y'all didn't know us or think that we knew each other, you'd be like, yo, this is, because when we talk about each other, we laugh and play. There's no sensitivity. There's no timeout. There's no rules. We just go. And it's the most disrespectful stuff.
Very disrespectful, yet funny.
Yeah, but when you know somebody you go over these boundaries that where normal people wouldn't go. So to me, it's about them knowing each other for that long. And the other guys didn't. So they don't have that. This is over 30-something years we've known each other. You see what I'm saying?
It is. So give us a little bit before we go into this. We'd like to see a bit.
Oh, no.
C-Dub, that's no fun.
You used to see it.
You saw it all the time.
I know. I just want them to see it.
Now, you can't. You really think
I think
that
we can because you guys they made fun of me because one time.
That's different.
How is it different?
Because you're an outsider. You were.
I was not. I was the insider at Deep Side.
Well, yeah, you were. So it just made it more funnier. That's all.
See, Sunny Rains, they want to see. Just crack one joke. Let's crack one joke. Earlier today, I said that Mo was cold because he didn't have a lot of skin covering his bones.
I mean, that's very. That's light work.
Okay, well, come on with it then. Come on.
It's organic. We can't.
It's organic. Yeah, you can't rush. You can't rush the creativity. I just like how you want people to turn it on. Like just do it.
Yes, this is what we do. C-Dub, turn it on. All right. Well, let's turn it on for this clip. There's a series of 3 clips with Martell, Tisha, and Marsau. And like I said, we're joking, but this is some of the most disrespectful reality TV we've ever seen. But I also think it touches on a lot of points that they've been wanting to say since this series started back in 2020.
Okay. I'm gonna chill. A lot of times Tisha hears things about Marsau she probably already know. She just don't want you to know. Because then the more people know, the more she might have to do something about it. Almost how Melody had to do, you know? That's why I try to keep whatever Marsau and I done in the past with women and places we've gone, things we've done, people we shared.
People we've shared.
Right.
So the biggest thing in that scene, in that particular clip to me, is Martell trying to again deflect and say that, you know, the reason that Melody left him is because of what people were saying, as opposed to the reason Melody left him is because he got his side chick pregnant.
Right.
Like, he was like, what happened with Melody? Like, she's afraid of what people will say more so than what she knows. She knows the stuff already, but she doesn't want people to know. Well, nobody had to tell on you because you got your side chick pregnant numerous times. They dismissed of the situation several times prior. So that, I do think, go ahead.
Kid, do you okay. Because some of what Martell is saying, I believe is true. I don't know about all of it, but I believe there's a fire there, right?
Right.
And I think it's easy to deflect and say, nah, it's not true because they use Martell against Martell.
Yeah, it's easy to do because Martell uses himself against.
But it still doesn't mean what he's saying isn't true. But it's easy to use his character against him.
Right. But that you're right. I agree with you. And I also think they use him to separate themselves. Like, oh, look how bad he looks. I am a good husband. He's bad because he got the girl pregnant.
That part.
But what I need Martell to do is just own up to his stuff.
Hasn't he though?
No, because in that thing he just said, like, listen to it. He just said that's what happened with Melody. No, that's not what happened with Melody.
Okay. I see what you did.
No, what happened with Melody is you got the girl pregnant. That is not a part of the player's handbook.
I see what you mean.
What part of the game is that?
I see what you mean.
And not just getting her pregnant, but getting her pregnant multiple times.
That's wild.
You would have think you learned after the what?
That's
Which
wild.
leads me to believe now later on in these clips, he suggests that baby Marsau does not want to be married. Maybe he didn't want to be married either.
Hey, okay.
Anybody that gets their mistress pregnant numerous times, and also I want to add to my my thesis that obviously he felt outsmarted in the house when he and Melody. So maybe he got her pregnant on purpose because he wanted it out.
That's a hard out to take.
It is.
That's a rough out to take. Getting somebody pregnant just to get out?
But is he just that stupid?
That he gotta be.
Man, after the first time, you scared to death. And come on, man.
That's crazy.
Very.
Now, I mean, that's crazy because if you get someone pregnant just to get out and then you keep doing it multiple times, like, dog, just leave. Just leave. Like, what? Like, that's the easiest thing to do, would just leave.
He did have both of them pregnant at the same time. So that
Jesus Christ.
Woo.
C-Dub is scandalous. It's scandalous, C-Dub. It's scandalous.
So she wasn't mad that he came home back raw dogging and natural after he
I'm sure she was, but she said in one of their first season that's where Destiny got that conversation after Melody wanting Martell to cheat respectfully, because she was like, I've forgiven him and he keeps doing it disrespectfully, right?
And stop running with that too, man.
They did run with it, but I mean, I do think most wives would rather, nobody wants to be cheated on, but if you do get cheated on, you would hope that the man holds you in some regard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Did better, but they ran with that shit.
They did, but I'm just saying, like, Jonah said, what was Melody thinking staying with this man for so long? First of all, that was her that was her first, probably. I mean, they got married young and they had 4 children. So she obviously really loved him. I don't think that I think Martell is an idiot. He's very immature. He's a grown boy, but I see that, he could have a good heart. He's just very, he needs a lot of therapy. He has a lot of things he has not dealt with, but I'm sure Melody had good times with him. Actually, him and Melody seem like, aside from their intellect, they have a lot in common. I don't think he enjoyed hurting Melody. I think that he felt outmatched. He was attracted to her, but he did not feel like he was as good as she was. And he and Arian are intellectually equals.
Can I say something? Because I've heard that statement quite a few times, and I've yet to heard of a man that enjoys hurting a woman. Now, can they continuously do it and think like a criminal? Someone that goes to jail, they think they come out to try. A lot of them come out, if they're not rehabilitated, they come out trying to be a better criminal.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying with the cheating thing. But I don't know, and I know a lot of men, I don't know no one that enjoys like that. I just don't like that narrative. Now, they do it, are they idiots? Do they think they could be slicker the next time? Yes. But to enjoy hurting, I don't know.
I don't think he enjoyed hurting her. I do think that he did not feel like a man in the relationship. And that's not because of her, that's because of him.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair. So people were saying that they were separated and they got together for the show. I don't know that they were separated, because if that's the case, why did they keep having children? But what I do know is that she knew he was cheating and she kept giving him chances. And a part of Carlos picking up the show was the idea of this couple. And they're both very attractive people, right? So that makes for good TV. I don't think a woman would have 4 children with someone she did not really love. That makes no sense to me. I just cannot imagine that. We do know that Anisha is right. Arian called her and would tell her, about Martell and her, intimacy, which is disgusting, which is why I really have no respect for Arian. And I don't care what happens. She should not be allowed to come on Melody's show. That should be totally out of bounds. But I think that Martell felt like a man with Arian. She, she knows how to rub his ego, as we saw in that interview. And Melody didn't, because she didn't need to, but I think it's disgusting what happened. And I also think that Melody and Martell, this show was built on their marriage. They were the principal couple. The breakdown of their marriage has tainted the entire show, which is why it's not Love and Marriage, it's Arrests and Infidelity.
Can I say something? Maybe there is some truth about maybe their relationship was rocky. I mean, this show was not the Cleavers. It's not like, so, I mean, who builds a show on Sugar and Spice, a reality show? It had to be he had to know there was some hint of something going on, right? Would that be fair to say about Carlos King?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Carlos has an eye for just marriages under duress. Like, you know what I mean? He knows how to, I mean, look at what happened in Love and Marriage Detroit. You know what I mean?
This is my point. Exactly. That's one of his shows too?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a franchise.
I mean, he used to Bravo, right?
He did stuff with the Housewives.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's seen the template of
he knows
decaying marriages and how to
better for the urban audience. So let's watch this second clip on Martell again, and then talk a little bit.
We've done. It just makes me feel that you don't care about your marriage.
No, Martell, we don't care about your words. So feel free.
For what?
Because you think that you have something that can damage my marriage.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't care if it damage your marriage or not.
Please
I don't
try.
Care. I don't. It ain't even about trying.
I'm begging you.
It just I've begged you time and time again.
My thing is
to hush.
I'm not going to hush. I'm not going to tread lightly.
You just let me know.
Right.
You let everybody know how slow your wife is, bro.
No.
Let everybody know how slow she is, and you should be.
It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny.
And again, these two are brothers.
No.
Okay.
Those two are not brothers. Those are enemies. Those two are enemies at this point.
Okay.
That was cold. Now, most dudes, that might have been a fight right there.
Yeah.
Like, now, he's supposed to stand up or do something. Come on.
He's pushing him because I feel like Martell knows he could beat Marsau's ass. But Marsau is such a smart ass.
You're supposed to raise your voice or something, at least.
At least stand up.
But you know what's interesting about that scene, though, and even that entire scene, Tisha starts by saying, "Marsau is here, my protector is here," and I get that. You know, they're both Libras, which I understand. Me and my husband are both Libras, and I definitely feel like my husband is my protector. However, it would only be so many times that we could be on camera and Adrian could shush me. Because I'm just gonna be like, all right, well, hold on, come on, let's talk. It's like Marsau he basically.
Well, hold on, I'm confused. Then, if your man is the leader and he's supposed to defend you, and he's this person, he's saying that, listen, don't go back and forth with a man. I'm doing this, so maybe she did need to shush.
But he shushes her all the time. He shushes her with other women. But you don't do that to me on camera because now you're making me. Martell said you're making your wife look stupid, and it does.
Okay. I see.
He does make his wife look stupid. He don't have her back at all. He shushes her when it's him and her talking. You let me know if I'm lying. You remember that scene where she went to the construction site?
Yeah.
And he was just like, so you can tell me how to talk to my brother?
In there. I would have shushed her too.
What she have on?
Remember in Color Purple?
He did not look like Sophia.
Oprah.
No.
He fits in the shade, mister.
Yeah, no. She did not y'all stop. She did not look like Sophia. But that's what I'm saying. Anisha said Marsau has the body and spirit of a sassy black grandmother.
Color Purple.
You know.
But not Tisha though. I feel like Marsau does disrespect her, and that's why Martell was able to say that, and he clowned the heck out of her because Marsau makes her look crazy. He shushes her in that situation. He shushes her when she tries to talk up to the other women. He shushes her when it's him. Like, he is the one that makes her look bad on camera. Nobody else.
You know what? You are 1,000% right. sassy black grandmother shit. Because men don't really shush. It's not right movie, you know what I'm saying?
I tell you what, I have been upset before, and Adrian will lay a hand on my knee and be like, I got it. He'll give me this look, and the look is like, okay, let him take it, right? Cool. But Marsau demeans her when he does it.
I got you.
I don't like it. And he's done it since season 1. And he does it, and other people do it to her too. So he is her biggest op. Marsau is Tisha's op.
Why do you think she doesn't stand up for herself?
I think, honestly, I feel like Tisha had a very over-the-top mother, Miss Wanda. And I think a lot of times when you have a very aggressive, well, I know that people get mad about, I don't care, I'm going to say what I want. When you have a very overbearing, big personality in a mother, a lot of times the daughter kind of cowers under that. And I feel like she has a mother that's controlling and a husband that, she ends up in situations like that. And she's not learned to find her own voice. I wish she would find her own voice. And
she might snap if she do it.
What?
She might snap when she does it.
She probably will.
She probably do.
It needs to be on Marsau.
Speaking of Color Purple, just like Celie did at the end of Color Purple. When she snapped at the dinner plate and put the knife in the thing, and she did this. Yes. We have some time for people to get it.
Do you guys remember when Melody said, "What you eating?" Oh, Melody said, sorry, Boss just walked in the room. He just walks in the room and just like walking around chewing on something. And I'm like,
well, how you?
What you eating?
Your picture was on camera.
What the hell?
You forgot
Who cooking? Who cooking?
Oh, you see how easily she's distracted by food walking by.
She heard snacks. She saw snacks and was like, wait, what?
I hate you. See, you don't even make me clown on TV on this show. Oh, all right. And Tisha did have a speech impediment, and she worked very diligently on it, and it's almost not even noticeable.
And that make you feel like, especially if you're growing up with that, it can make you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if it's gone, you still feel certain ways. So yeah, man, you gotta give that lady a little grace, man.
You give her some grace. You're the one that said she came in there like Oprah, and there's nothing wrong with how Oprah came in. I love Oprah. My point is, I do think so. There are rumors that have been circulating since the first season that Marsau was cheating, and that he was smarter with his cheating, and that Tisha was just very, the dutiful wife that would put her head down. And that's what Martell is speaking to. I think two things can be true.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Martell is wrong because he's still out of pocket, right? Because really what you need to focus on is your own situation. But I also think he's right about the way Marsau makes Tisha look. Because if you're not cheating on your wife, he should be standing up for her, and he should not son her like that. Especially when the rest of the castmates treat her like she's a couple of, like she may need to sit next to Marquez.
Right.
And I don't think she does. She doesn't, because she's actually, very smart. But it's just because she's more, and I get it because I'm not a confrontational person. I've grown into becoming one at this point. But for a long time, I was not necessarily a confrontational person. As the Libras, we just like peace. We don't. But I think Tisha's gonna have to just find her inner girl, because her cousin punked her on the show. God rest the dead. But Kiki was way out of pocket with her, and Marsau I think Marsau needs to respect her more. I don't like it.
At this age, man, as long as they marry, I don't see that changing.
I don't, but I also think it's an invitation for other women to disrespect her too.
It is.
And I don't like it.
It is.
Now, if you thought Martell was finished with that last statement, he was not. He had one more. He had more to put. And this is why I don't understand how. I think that both of them did not want to mess up the money. There's a line, and not to quote Chris Brown, but Chris Brown had this diss against Quavo, and they had sat Chris Brown next to Quavo at Fashion Week. And Chris wanted to fight Quavo, but he was like, if I couldn't do it because I didn't want to mess the money up. And I feel like that's the only reason that Martell got up and calmly walked out, and that's the only reason that Marsau did not respond after this.
I know enough.
It's so sad that you even accepting him talking like this, Tisha.
I know.
This is so sad.
He ain't saying nothing.
He doesn't understand what inseparable is, does he?
It's okay.
It's sad.
I definitely say that.
He said my wife was slow.
He wish he had one like me.
He wish he had
Every man wish he had one like you, Tisha. A man can do whatever they want to, and a woman would accept that. You ain't gonna.
Poor woman. And they're supposed to fight.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
They're supposed to fight.
Even for the honor of his woman.
At least act like he wanted to get it on. Jesus.
Marsau just sat there and kept shushing Tisha the whole time.
It's security behind the cameras. It ain't gonna go on for so long.
But I'm saying, why he didn't give that same shush energy to Martell?
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So does that make a woman?
Okay, what is going on? Y'all, everybody is loving C-Dub tonight. Everybody's saying he looks very different. C-Dub, what have you done? You got the 5 o'clock shadow. What's happening?
Fruits and
I did tell him when I first got, I said, C-Dub, you look very handsome. And then he started laughing like I was just kidding.
fruits and berries, water.
Show the dimples, C-Dub. Show them the dimples. There we go. All right. Yeah. What did you guys think? I'm just gonna ask you. We'll start with C-Dub. Martell's suggestion that every man wants a woman that he can do whatever he wants to do, and the woman will stay. Because Tisha said he wishes he had one like me. I don't know that. I think that Marsau actually likes Melody, so I don't know that landed well. But not C-Dub is looking like a good decision.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Y'all are okay. I'm not mad at that. That's good. Anisha, you are quite good with the words. But C-Dub, what is your response to that? Every man wants a woman that he could do whatever he wants and will not have to deal with the consequence.
I mean, it sounded like basically he was egging him on. I mean, he put her down to her face, egging him on, and any man that's now worth anything kind of would want a woman to just shut up and be silent. I mean, let me rephrase that. Yeah, I mean, it was a backhanded compliment to a degree.
Do you think that men really do want a woman that looks nice and will just let them get away with, the shenanigans that they want to do in the streets?
I don't think any man would do that or wants that. Maybe a part of them would, to be honest, maybe a little part, but overall, I don't believe so. I think he's getting away with as much as she will let him. And that's why I said she's probably going to snap.
She probably will. Especially
she's going to snap at some point. And then everybody's going to wonder why. And then from, like you said, she had a speech problem when she was younger. Her mom and dad were both over the top personality wise. So I'm sure she's holding in a lot of trauma. So when she snaps,
I don't think her mom and dad were married, but we know her mom is off the chain. Off the chain. Miss Wanda is off the chain.
okay, I never saw her, but I mean, I can imagine just from you saying that, you know, she's dealt with some things. So when she snaps, I believe that's just going to be a wrap for it all.
Mo, what do you think? Do you think that men want a woman that will allow them to get away with? Some men would like a woman that lets them get away with everything, because Martell immediately was like, he's not quick, but he was quick with that one. Everybody wants a woman like that. Tisha, because you can do what you want and get away with it.
I think that's the, you know, he's a man boy, and that's the boy side. That's a young man's mindset. Because anybody would know that season that has any life experience, no, there's no value in a woman that'll do that, because she has no morals. That's not it. That's a young person. If a guy I expect a guy in his 20s to say something like that. Maybe early 30s, but 20s to say some stupid shit like that. Like, you know, because you don't know. You know, you maybe not have had a lot of women valuable in your life, but especially, let's just say, if you had both of your parents growing up in your life, and think about your mother being like that towards your father, you know what I'm saying? And you value your mother. So to me, there's no value in that. You know what I mean? Those are people that are disposable. No one wants a wife that's disposable, but that's a disposable mindset. So I don't agree with that at all.
Okay, Scorpio Mo dropping the gems tonight. Under the Olive Branch says, we don't have proof of Marsau in the streets, though. I just hate that everyone thinks so little of Tisha. She is keeping her family together and getting paid while she does it. I do agree to an extent. I've always said I think people should. I don't think that anybody can tell a woman that they need to leave their marriage. That has to be her decision. But I also think that it's unfortunate when your husband disrespects you publicly. Like, disrespect goes both ways. Men always scream that they need to be respected. Well, women do as well. And I know, as you know, just as a woman, you if your man is clowning you or speaking down to you, it definitely makes other women get slick tongue with it, you know? And so I know that I cannot imagine the way Martell, what Martell said, a lot of people are actually thinking. Thank you so much, D Club. He said, remember to hit the like button. I am probably the only YouTuber that does not do that, and that's not good. But what Martell said, as wrong as we all believe it is, a lot of people are thinking that, because Marsau is disrespectful, and he is very smart. He acts like he's smart. He plays into being smarter than her and like downplaying her. And that is a problem when he's done. And it's been brought to his attention. His own brother brought it to his attention. We played a clip a few months ago of Maurice telling him, you're embarrassing your wife. You know, he's very condescending. Thank you, Hey You There. He's extremely condescending to her. So I don't believe that. I think it's unfortunate that people are trying to tell her she should leave her marriage, because, again, they have children together. You got to remember, these people have children.
How long do you stew in disrespect? Because I don't see you gaining it at this point. You know what I mean? And we used to always have a saying, like, once a woman loses respect for you, you never get it back, right? So what person never actually had it, and now you guys are in your 40s, early 40s, or what have you? Like, you think he's going to gain it for her now? So how long do you stew in that? What do you do in this situation? Just stay there for the kids? What do you do?
At some point, she has to stand up for herself.
But that's up to her. And I think
but that's what I'm saying. At some point, she has to do that. But until then, if she allows it, and she allows him to continuously disrespect her, and then that allows others around them to jump in on it like double dutch, then it doesn't make, it doesn't sit well for her, even for the kids. And if anything, because you have children, that should make you want to step that up even more so, because how are your kids going to look at you as a mom when they get older saying, oh, well, my dad disrespected her, then I can disrespect either that woman in my life, or if she has daughters, I will take disrespect from a man. So there has to be something in her mind that should allow that to stop at some certain point, because she has children. Something has to stop that.
She has daughters. I mean, children either way. You're right. Sons or daughters don't need to see disrespect. Let me ask you guys something, because I know that for men, when a woman doesn't respect a man, it's very difficult for her to start respecting him, because there's been a pattern of disrespect. So do men see it the same way? Because a lot of times a man, I'm gonna read this quote, and because a lot of times men will play around with somebody and play around with a woman that they really care about, and then when she actually really, he sees that she's serious, he will straighten up. So I saw this quote that said, they say you don't know what you've got until it's gone, but the truth is you knew what you had, you just thought you'd never lose it. If Tisha really leveled up and checked Marsau, do you think that he loves her enough and his family enough to where he could have a change of heart?
Yeah, but I think it needs to be a separation. It needs to be an act that happened in separation. Like, she would have to leave the crib and go to her mother for 90 days type shit. You see what I'm saying? I believe that could happen. I think it could. That's the only way to test. If it's not, then it's what you thought it was.
Right.
You know, I've seen people do that. I've seen people get sick, and you know, the house feels different when you know this person said they ain't coming back.
Yes.
You know, it feels a little, the energy is different, you know, because you used to, you know, just having someone around, the energy is different. That's why I say, to try to work it out while you're there, it can be tough, but to remove yourself out the house, your presence, and they don't feel that energy, and they need to feel that sometimes. Unfortunate. What you got, C-Dub?
Yeah, what do you think?
No, I agree with you. Something, a drastic change would have to be made. She would have to, and I think it would have to be longer than 90 days. It would have to be some, you know, forget staying around. It would have to be something quite drastic, because
an apartment somewhere for a year.
Exactly. Like, get up out of there for a year, because yeah, when nobody's not around, and for guys, especially at nighttime, everything's cool when the sun is up. But as soon as that sun go down, that house is a little bit cold. That bed's a little bit frigid as well. So
is the bed frigid if you've been stepping out? Let's just say allegedly, is the bed frigid, or does that just open up an opportunity for?
No, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It ain't the same.
Because
honestly, you still got to go back home after you wild out.
Yeah, and I know, I don't believe Marsau would have anybody around his children, because I do think he you know, he has a certain belief of family. It may be warped as far as how he talks to his wife, but I do believe that he definitely, you know, is a man that would not have women around his children. People are saying in the chat that there was a therapist on the show for a while, an older gentleman, and Marsau did dismiss and said that they didn't need therapy. There actually was another couple, Tiffany and Lewis, who basically pointed out issues. They came on the show, came in hot, pointed out issues in Marsau and Tisha's marriage. Everybody on the show has pointed out issues with Marsau and Tisha's marriage, and Marsau continues doubling down and, you know, saying that there's nothing wrong. Now, there have been rumors that the two of them are separated currently. I don't know if that's true or not, but that definitely is the word on the street, that they are separated. And I mean, anybody would have to acknowledge that with all these rumors that are out there, that Tisha is not stupid. I mean, she definitely has been affected, even if it's just hurt. Whether it's, you know, and that probably, unfortunately, is harder on your self-esteem. You know what I mean? When all this is going and people are like, oh, she needs to come into herself and stand up for herself. That's got to be difficult when you're constantly hearing how much your husband is cheating. It's probably embellished. If he did cheat once, it's probably embellished, you know, exponentially, because that's how rumors do. But that's got to be difficult on your self-esteem, specifically when you are on a national platform.
Right.
I'm going to share this because I did an interview today that's going to be released this week with Tashira Simmons, who is DMX's ex-wife. What I feel like she's his widow, but they were not married at the time of him passing. Right. And I asked her, you guys will be able to watch this, but I asked her how she felt because she obviously had a very public relationship. X talked about her a lot, you know, in interviews and his music constantly. They've known each other since they were 11 years old. And I asked her, how did she feel when she first found out that he was unfaithful to her? And she said that she was blindsided, you know, and she said, you cannot imagine the type of pain. And she was embarrassed and humiliated. And the reason that she found out was because he got a woman pregnant. And you guys remember he made up a lie and said the woman raped him and all this stuff. But, you know, that does a lot to a woman, especially, I mean, it does a lot to a woman, any woman, but to have it done on a national platform is very difficult because not only are you dealing with your friends and family, but you're dealing with people that don't know you, don't have any empathy for you, and are, you know, just don't have any investment in your personality. So I think people have to give all the ladies some grace. I also think that in that conversation that Maurice had with Melody, I wanted to ask you, Mo, what did you think about that? When Maurice asked Melody, was she hurt? And, you know, was the hurt from her marriage, was she healed from that? And is that why she's acting the way she did? And Melody denied it. But what did you think about her response and Maurice bringing that up to her in their conversation?
I don't know who, like, I didn't think that was necessary for him to do. Everybody's using that as an excuse for her. And maybe it is. I just don't see it yet. I think she has moved on and they don't want to give her that. And I think just the ties of the show, and they want to keep reminding her. But then again, you have to ask yourself, all right, especially in the situation with the lady, the Ken's, what's her name? I'm sorry. Trish. In that situation, it was like, well, if you're over it, why are you still caring or asking whose house if you're over it? Yeah. You know, and I mean, it's not going to change anything. It might change how she deals with Trish, and obviously from what we saw in the episode, it's going to now because of the comments she made. She's no longer invited to whatever the case may be. But that was over something else because Melody she made a messed up comment. She shouldn't have said that at that party. A little, you know, that was foul actually.
Her saying that Trish and Ken still love each. I mean, Trish and Marquez still love each other.
No, it was the other. Well, she said something to the effect of what did she say? She said you still what was it that? It was something she was saying.
She said that they still love each other, and it Kim keeps getting caught in the strays, you know, but I agree with you. I think Melody is over Martell. I do think Melody is still dealing with everything that he did because
the embarrassment. I think people, and I personally believe you could separate some things, right?
Right.
So I think she's in the embarrassment of it, but it's not about she loves him. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree 100%. I definitely don't think she wants Martell because we know she could have had Martell back. He wanted her. He cried. He mentioned he still loved her. He wanted his family back, which is ridiculous for you to even assume that you could have that after having a whole baby with a side chick and a disrespectful, loudmouth side chick who doesn't know her place. That's wild.
I have a question. I know you said earlier that there used to be a therapist on this show. So what, the therapist is no longer there, or what was the interaction with that?
Nobody wanted the therapist. Marsau and Tisha. Well, Tisha wanted the therapist. Marsau said he didn't need the therapist. Nobody took the therapist seriously. Now this is after Martell and Melody were already divorced.
So was the therapist on there for everyone or just for them?
They would do couples. They did couples therapy a few times. And the men, as Hey there said, the men did not want the therapist, Dr. Francis. The men, but men do not. have either of you went to therapy with a girl? Men are not usually head over heels for the idea of going to therapy.
I went to counseling, which felt like therapy, but no matter what, most of them, I don't know. The men seem to take the way. I don't know, man. It's touchy because you feel like no man can tell me about my situation I live in every day.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to therapy before. It's kind of, I mean, I didn't mind it. I felt that it's kind of, I mean, initially, it's kind of hard to hear somebody kind of put their spin on your life for a brief moment. But once you settle in and realize that they're an objective person there to help you figure some things out, then, if, once you've reached that point, then you should be able to take accountability for, whatever you're there for, the things you've done, the things you haven't done, that type of thing. But I think it's just the initial aspect of getting a man in there first and letting him know, like, this is not a place to hurt you. This is a place that you're supposed to gain some assistance, get some help, figure some things out for yourself so you can be better for the long haul instead of just pushing everything down and swallowing it and not, dealing with anything.
You can tell.
It's supposed to be a safe place.
There you go.
Do you guys think it sounds like between couples therapy and it sounds like people need to maybe start first by themselves? Because I'm wondering if a man and a woman sit down and account, because a lot of times it's with a woman, right? I've gone to couples therapy and the counselor was a woman and the man still wasn't really interested in doing it. So maybe a better way for men is for it to start where each person meets with the therapist individually so that they feel safe.
I like that. But the problem with that is, I think when you go home, especially women, what did y'all talk about? Man, that's between me and my. You can't tell. I don't know how. I like it, but I don't know how that's going to play when you get back in the crib and she wasn't there.
Well, especially I think if the therapist says something that goes her way, and then guess what?
Well, it's probably
guess what? Guess what's going to happen to you?
Right. Anita says couples therapy is by far and large initiated by the female partner, so the male partner comes in defensive a lot of the time.
Great point. Great point.
Well, she's a therapist, so.
Great point.
Yeah, I think, but I don't think it's, for the most part, men are not will try to probably work things out internally on their own, as opposed to saying, let's get some help. Where women will go talk to each other. Girl, what are we going to do? What do I do? Men kind of. Do you all have conversations where men are like, man, my marriage is really messed up or my relationship is messed up. I don't know what to do. Like, that just doesn't feel like a very masculine conversation. Like, how have you all seen conversations? Because on the show, I will say the guys on the show is fake, right? Because it's production enhanced. You'll have conversations between Marsau, Maurice, and at one point, Martell, they were all friends before, this all played out. And the men would talk. I don't know how realistic that was, because I know a lot of it is, production saying, okay, y'all get together now, talk about this, so it's probably not authentic. But do men have those type of conversations?
Not like that. It's usually in passing and short words. Then another guy say some short words back. They go off and something else. Then they get back together, talk after 2 weeks or whatever, and they be like, "Yo, what's up, man? Man, I can't, such tripping." But yeah, man, it's a little short. It's not like they doing on there and be like, "Hey, man, how's it, man?" And it's not like that. Now, can one person crack and really break down? Usually, by the time men really have that talk, like somebody's out the house, they about to leave. He be like, "Yo, can you pick me up with the U-Haul? I got stuff about it." It's usually at the end. It's never during in the mix.
Yeah, I think with guys, it's like Mo said, it's short conversations, but there's always like it's short conversations, but there's always joking with it to
Right.
kind of like light the mood. You know what I'm saying? It's like she tripping, but blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always jokes interspersed with all that, because I don't know if y'all are trying to, if the guys are trying to feel each other out to see how much they can release with each other, you know what I'm saying, or how deep they can go into the conversations. But at some point, if y'all are really good friends and y'all know each other, it's going to come around that you're going to have that discussion of, well, you know, what happened. Of course, you're going to get, you know, the guy's perspective, like, oh, well, she's tripping, she did this, she did that, you know, and then the girl's going to give their side of the story to their girl or whatever the case may be. But yeah,
But see how in past tense, what happened is never what's happening. By the time they get around to it, already happened. We just gotta figure out how to put it back together. It's never, it's shaky. And let me talk to one of my homeboys. We all tried to fix and figure it out.
Yeah. Interesting. Another point from tonight's show. It was just so much. I was just like, oh my gosh, we're inundated with all this. Destiny and Sunny. Sunny is obviously going to be a part of this cast, and it's excited to be there. She's trying to come in and befriend Melody, but I mean, Melody is agenda motivated for, of course. But Destiny said she wasn't happy to hear that Moses was in jail, but she did have a smile on her face when the information was revealed. Did you guys catch that? Mo, did you catch that?
I didn't catch that. Yeah,
she did. She said, well, because she said that, they said that Sonny was there at the Mimosa Melody, and they said, was Moses there? And then, Kimmy shared that, well, Moses had a probation problem, and Destiny smiled, but then she said she was not happy to hear that, but she wasn't surprised. And then she said that she did not feel comfortable with Sonny being at Mel's bachelorette party. And then Nell, and I think Nell and Chris I think they're a very attractive couple. They definitely fit in Arrests and Infidelity Huntsville, but they also are super messy. So what did you think when Nell said that she doesn't feel like the Sonny and Destiny issue is her fight, and she really wants for Sonny to come to her bachelorette party, and she asked Destiny to host it?
It's, in my opinion, clearly a production move just to stir the pot. I would give her more credit than that. I think she was put up to do it by production. Because I don't want to believe I know she's messy, but not that messy. You know what I'm saying? And here's someone here's someone you really don't know and trying to know. And they pointed out you only met her twice. So it's like, I think production had a heavy hand in that. And I don't want to believe that woman will go that far. Me personally.
I don't know. I do think there are a lot of women. Put in the chat if you were in Nell's position, would you want to invite Sonny? I would not. I feel like, and I just feel like the way she did that situation, I would feel okay inviting her if she ever just came clean and said, what I did was messed up, I'm sorry. But she keeps trying to make excuses for it. So that's why I wouldn't want to invite her. Everybody, okay, I got nope. There's another no. I don't even want Sonny on the show. I don't need the jersey. I still wouldn't invite. So everybody says no. So maybe it is production.
Doesn't make sense.
But I think it's crazy. I also think Destiny should feel vindicated by knowing that Moses, because who wants to get married to somebody that you have been in a relationship with for barely 2 months and then they end up locked up?
And here's the thing, like something like a wedding, a bachelorette, like this was supposed to be like I don't want to believe that lady is that messy. That's poor taste, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to drum up that stuff for the show. I mean, you got to get you watching.
That's the only reason I can see that even being a thing, man.
Because really, why is she even there at this point? Because
He's not there, right?
He's not. Moses is in jail. Why are you hanging around?
Right.
You know, why is she even relevant to the show? She's not friends with anyone on the show. And and I understand. Karen said Marsau told Carlos he and Tisha married after a month of knowing each other. I know he proposed that quickly because I interviewed them years ago at an event here that we did, Women in Wine, when they did in Atlanta. They both were on a panel, but they also were like just out of college, and that's just still very different. And also, you can't even really connect those two because not only were they young and just out of college, but Moses met Sonny through Destiny. That does not compare at all.
How long has this show been on?
I believe like 2018, like right before 2020. I believe like 2018, maybe.
Jesus.
Yeah. We have not talked about Bell Collective. It just was so much to talk about with Arrests and Infidelity Huntsville. And then I also talked about Miss Karen Huger from Real Housewives of Potomac. Bell Collective, the conversation with Carlos and Letitia Pearson. Mo, what were your thoughts on that conversation yesterday?
Carlos is a little messy chick.
With a very precise hairline.
Yes, and
Beijing.
He's a lot to deal with, man. He's a lot to just as a straight man just to sit there and just he's a lot. But I will say that they are very jealous of the other lady. What's her name? The one that's trying to get back on the show. Her name begins with the E, I think. What's her name? Christal?
Annette? The
one that's trying to get back on.
Annette, yeah.
They don't like that lady.
Well, Latrice does. That's her friend.
No, not Latrice. What she does, but you know who
Antoinette, yes, Antoinette.
Yeah, Antoinette, the one we just ended. Like that, I didn't know she put all this. She's the melody, sort of the.
Letitia is the melody, right?
She put everything together, correct?
Yes, Letitia did.
Yeah. So, but people are leaving. It's a big question mark over that show, and you got to bring it back. Now you got boys over there, and my thing is, as much as she tries to bring people together, that how come she doesn't? That doesn't make sense to me. She tries to bring everyone else together, but she can't get together with her.
I think Letitia has good. I think she wanted to be on television, and she wanted to do her brunches, and I think that.
She done had a couple, one too many of them brunches.
No.
She's looking wide in the dress in the thing. I'm just saying.
And she has some issues with her with Glendale, her husband. And of course, that probably made it all the more attractive for Carlos. But you're right. There's issues with Bell Collective with both Sophia, aka So Gucci, aka Shantae, and Aikisha leaving. Right. You got Tamara, who doesn't really do anything, and then Latrice with Cliff. We know Latrice is only going to give so much. Right. I do think it's very interesting that Latrice was so angry at Aikisha. She said that Aikisha was equivalent to Marie, and that's wild to me. Like, why are y'all so angry at Aikisha to the point where you're like as angry as Marie? That was weird to me. It made me think there may be a little jealousy. Letitia said she was not jealous of Aikisha because she actually knew everything that Aikisha had going on before she came to the show. And I could go for that, but it's very strange. You know what?
What?
It's the comments. And I know people watching on the replay are like, why does Christal keep stopping? Because they keep doing it. Miss Boss Chick said her tummy tuck is not tucking.
It's the brunches. But listen, here's the thing. Why are they so adamant? I mean, he does want to deal with his kids, but she's not going to probably let him see the kids. She probably I don't know, man. I feel for the brother, but then I understand both sides. I really, really do. But
you talking about JJ?
Yeah, JJ. I think if the shoe was on the other foot, people would have more compassion for the woman not be around it. But when it's the man, we're just supposed to suck up and deal with everything. And why can't he be? He feels triggered around her. He doesn't want to be around this woman. It doesn't mean that he's a bad father. Now, don't get me wrong. He should have showed up
for the children. Yeah, the children in the mom. The children look just like him. They don't even really look like the mom.
But to me, I could be wrong. It seems like he tried it before and it was a problem. And he doesn't want to deal with it again. He just wants to deal with them, but without her being around.
Well, what they said is that he wanted the children to reach out to him. I don't agree with that. I feel like parents should always reach out to the children. He felt like the daughter should reach out to him. I feel like that's a dynamic problem.
Were they picking up the phone when he did?
Well, I think they definitely agree with their mom, but I think that he needs to be the father and let the daughters know that they're important to him.
They got to pick up the phone first.
How old are they?
I don't know if they weren't, but I want to point something out. I did not know when JJ keeps saying "gosh darn." I thought he was saying "gosh darn it." Gosh darn it. That's what I thought he was saying. What I saw yesterday in that clip, exclusive clip, is that his actual saying that he has coined on a t-shirt is "God darn it." G-A-H darn it.
God darn. Whoa.
Which is shocking to me. I mean, it was already bad enough for him to keep saying "God darn it," but I just knew that he was completing that with.
Maybe he's spelling it the way he says it.
He is. He is.
Be right that.
I hated it.
Not that he has anything to worry about, because I'm pretty sure nobody else going to.
He can sleep peacefully. No one is going to coin that. That was just shocking to me. I had to stop. I couldn't even take in the scene with the conversation he was having with Soguchi, and she had on a shirt that said "God got me." His shirt was saying "God darn it." I was like, hey, I understand it's like golly, but just God, you just gonna let it. You're just not gonna.
Hey, I don't respect to the people in the South, but they tend to leave out a couple letters sometimes in there.
They don't complete the word. You need consonants at the end. You don't just leave it like that. It's an open. It's open-ended.
There's a long list of words that are messed up down here in the South. Scrimp, screet, strawberry.
But at least they're ending. This man, now Northerners can speak. Come on now, Northerners pronounce everything, even Northerners who have dropped out of school or have not completed their high school education can be understood.
Oh, no. Hey, there's like mother, father.
He's right about that.
I don't understand. I'm so thrown off by the "God darn it."
God darn.
That's exactly that's how he pronounces it, and that's how he put it on the shirt.
God darn. Come Colbert, God darn. Sound like Boonhauser from King of the Hill.
I hated it. I hated it. What do you guys think about Letitia sharing that Marie has a new man and that he is not a melanated fella?
Sounds feel a way about it. Why would she do that?
What do you mean?
Hate.
If it was black, she wouldn't have said that.
What do you mean?
If it was a black guy, she wouldn't even made that announcement. She made the announcement not that she had a new man. She made the announcement to let him know that he was not melanated. You see what I'm saying? That if it was, she wouldn't have made the announcement, in my personal opinion.
That could be. Did you see he had a sweater tied around his neck?
He was going to go play tennis or something.
I want to see this man that's going to play tennis with Marie and her BBL.
A lot of things bouncing in that.
I want to see. I just can't imagine
shaking loose.
Who this fella is.
Surprised? Are you surprised?
Divorced. Where is Cedric?
Are you surprised?
I am.
Really?
I am. Where did she find it at?
I'll be surprised if it lasts, but I just think it's a run. It's a good look on TV for her.
I think it's a good look on TV.
She thinks it is.
Right.
But she thinks it is.
But I can't see that. You know what?
You probably laughing at the same thing that I saw.
It's hilarious.
There's an opioid crisis.
Marie's name has no melanin and Letitia's man has no job. Now, I do think that Glenn says he's driving the box trucks.
Now, you see how she put the thing in there? We're going to elevate him. See, that's the problem. Let that man rock out, and then he ain't even got the first truck yet. She already, we're going to get a fleet of trucks.
She just talking.
I know women want to multiply everything, but come on, God.
Just talking. And that's the problem. There's this ridiculous narrative that everybody has to lie and embellish and make yourself look all. It's just.
You see when they went around all in the room to upgrade everybody in the reunion, and everybody's situation seemed upgraded, and don't nobody ever say, yeah, life had to flip my ass.
Hard times done hit a brother, y'all.
Johnson, please interview Letitia and find out what the Enterprise does. I honestly feel like she is faking it too. I have asked, first of all, I don't like the grammatic. Letitia Pearson Enterprise just doesn't sound. I just feel like Enterprise should be plural. I don't know what, and I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly what it is.
I know what it is. That means she ain't got a bunch of boxes. She got one box, and they're moving it from this side of the warehouse to that side.
That's her heart. Now, Latrice actually does sell hair, and Cliff does have a restaurant. I went to the restaurant.
Can I say something?
You went to the restaurant?
Please, you too.
I went to Jackson to his restaurant.
This is the problem. Lord T, please forgive me, you too. This is typical nigga shit. It's soul food. Like, this is typical nigga hair.
It is.
So quick question. So how was the restaurant? Was it old lady gangish, or was it
It was a quaint, charming,
small?
Yes. And
don't use real estate terms. Just say what it is. It was
quaint. But it was nice. It was nice. And it was nice inside. And then when we went across the street on the back side is where the goddess
was.
What
type of food did they serve?
They they had crawfish. They had
alligator knuckles.
No, but they probably had some lamb chops. You know how we do. It was seafood.
They had a grass wall.
It's called yes.
Oh,
it's called Taste. It's called Taste.
Nope.
It's nice. It's nice.
I just want us to branch out and start doing some.
We are not going to branch out. They had crab claws. That's what we had. Crab claws. I'd never had that before. I had it for the first time. It's not a cigar. I didn't see it as a cigar lounge. I did. The crab claws were good. That's what I ate.
That's all the stuff they got at Papados.
But it's okay.
And I like Papados. I love the bites. And I'm like, I rock with it.
The crab claws were good. That's what I had. It was not actually officially open. They were doing the premiere there, so it was Carlos and the ladies. I'll put up another clip. I put up some clips before.
Oh, a soft launch.
It is a small little area, and there's like bar, and that's the only person I've seen there the fruit of their labor.
Okay.
And we know Akeisha has it because Willie was actual football player, so we know that. We do not have proof that Sophia, aka So Gucci, aka Shantae, is the best real estate agent in Jackson. We don't have proof of that.
Her house, that White House, that's a big house.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see that. We've never seen the houses, but
well, it's somebody's house they show from a distance.
You said Jackson, Mississippi?
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
And I can neither confirm nor deny that the water is clean there now.
Now
issues with the water.
They know more.
JJ, I don't know what JJ does for a living. We know that JJ and Selena used to be on Bring It, the dance reality show on Lifetime.
Right.
That was a long time ago.
You talking about Dancing Dolls?
Yes, their daughters were in the Dancing Dolls.
How do you know this?
He has a daughter.
Okay.
I know. I have a lot of useless information in my brain. Don't worry about it.
But he has a daughter, so I'm sure but I don't know what JJ does. What
ain't dynamite.
Let's give some ideas. What do you think JJ does, Mo? Like, what job could you see JJ doing?
He owns several shrimp and boats.
Boiled shrimp, baked shrimp, fried shrimp, shrimp crawl. You got a friend named Forrest?
A tow truck company of several chain of tow truck companies, possibly.
I don't even know if he could do a tow. I don't know. I mean, because he's gonna show up with the bobbles and the.
Oh, car detail place. Then my bad. He owns about 2 of them.
Oh wait, is that the old boy's dad? I mean, old girl's dad who was on that's the JJ from.
Yeah. Joints in the twist.
But we don't know what businesses they are. We hear that he has business, but what are the businesses?
All cash base.
Ever do it don't require him to dress. That's address.
No, or to. I mean, because how many businesses can you go to with baubles and barrettes?
You own a business, you can do whatever you want. So
yes, but what businesses can you own with baubles and barrettes?
Laundromat.
That people still going to do business, and you have that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you show up to my God darn it? What businesses? And I mean, it isn't. No disrespect to JJ. I mean, he's
doesn't for him to speak either. So think about that.
How many businesses you know that don't require you to speak? You got to talk to somebody.
Gotta talk to. But Cliff can barely speak, but we know he has a real estate company. He's done a lot of real estate. He owns a lot of business, and Cliff cannot. Now, for Jackson, Cliff sounds like. Have you ever watched Duck Dynasty? Well, that's what Cliff sounds like to me. Now, Glenn was honest and said he had a box truck.
But mind you, he just left the
towboating, the Fisher, yeah. But I think he left it because he wants to, he wants to be a reality star.
I think he left it because there ain't no women out there, and you out there for C4 men. That's what I think. Ain't nothing but men on the boat.
Well, he was cheating while he was out there the whole time.
That's when they docked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do something.
Bless his heart. I hope he's not just gonna rely on the brunches.
Hey, she got silk, she got plates and all kind of stuff.
Well, Danny said she heard he got fired. That could be a little bit closer to. Now that would make sense. I don't know if that's true or not.
Say it again.
Danny said that she heard he got fired.
Oh.
Now that, my friend, would make sense because he just up and quit all of a sudden on season 4.
That sounded okay. That feels about right.
That feels right, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That feels about right.
That feels a lot more. That slides on a lot easier. I don't have to jump to put those jeans on. like being super corny tonight. All right. Yeah, so I think Cliff and Latrice have businesses. I don't know. Marie has businesses, but I just don't. I don't know.
You think she's going to get the non-melanin person on the show?
Nah, I can't see it. Now, Dr. Antoinette Lyles was married to a white man the first season.
Man, when I tell you she looks awfully familiar.
Oh, Lord.
Man, she does. Every time I see that clip, I'm like, hold up, where? Now, only when she came in from the reunion, when they showed the other past episodes. No, I can't lie, because I saw the episode. I saw a clip of the episode when they were talking. I was a therapist lady. All the women were around there to imitate one another.
Yeah.
And
yeah, her imitation of Letitia wasn't very good.
It wasn't.
Actually, nobody's imitations were great.
They weren't trying to be good. They were trying to be messy.
They were, but they yeah.
But they called
that doesn't fit that group though.
She doesn't. She does. You right about that. You're right. But my thing, no, let me give what's the name of credit. I can't lie. When Carlos asked her, she made a valid point. She was like, she left the show and she was going to be anything.
Yeah.
So come back after we built it. When she said that, she earned some of my respect. I can't lie.
Yeah, that's true. Because Antoinette left and talked bad about the show after she left.
My thing, she made a valid point, and for that reason alone, I even though I would like to see her, I respect what she said. That's real.
Letitia was right.
That's real. When she said that, I was like, you can't even argue that, man.
Yeah. And I think they can find other women to come on to the show. I mean, I'm sure there's mess going around Jackson with other women on the show. Selena, it's weird with Gucci and JJ gone. Selena now is going to kind of see how she really connects with the other women. I don't really like, people are saying that they don't necessarily think Tamara has a point because she doesn't have her man or her baby on the show. The man situation, girl, bye. Because that I feel like Tamara wanted a baby and she got a baby. But the man, greedy was kind of weird. I don't know. But and I get that. And I feel that, when you're on a reality show, you should have to be on a reality show. It's not fair that we see Glendale and all this drama and we don't see none of her drama. That's not really right. I don't think that's fair. But at this point, the only people that we have are Letitia and Latrice and Marie. And Marie's situation is so dysfunctional. I really feel like she needs to take some time off. Essie, her best friend, has lung cancer. Marie needs to go sit down somewhere. I wish Marie would stop wearing so much makeup. I think she would look so much better without so much heavy makeup. It's like wild.
Yeah, it's caked on. It is.
Much. And I mean, she's a beautiful woman. You don't have to do all that.
That just lets me know she's hiding something, though.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I want to see one good time. I saw Melody without her makeup. I was like, okay.
I think most of the women, and people say that all the time, when women come on without as much makeup, people always think they look prettier. I think Letitia had too much makeup on. I don't like the hair that she had. I wish she would come to Atlanta and let us do a makeover on her because I think I think that there's so much more potential. But then also if people are happy with what they see when they look on TV, then you can't really say then that's their thing. So, good for them. Because I don't, people probably look at me and be like, why does she look like that? Like, everybody should have a right to do what they want. I do think that sometimes you should be open to, some things, but hey, they may like it and it is what it is.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here on this Saturday night. This was fun. C-Dub, thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully you will come back again and again.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Obviously, you're a hit with the ladies.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, look at them dimples. Okay.
I hate you.
I just want to let you guys know that C-Dub is also what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yes.
Just letting the ladies know.
That's fine.
Just putting the information out
Where
there.
can they find you at? What you want? Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter.
He's about to say you can find me in the house.
Well, actually, it's X. You can find him on X.
It's Twitter. It's start out Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter. I'm gonna call it what your mama called it, Twitter.
I'm trying to get him over to the gram, y'all. I'm trying.
Well, you guys know you can catch us right back here Wednesday, and we have a interesting dating diaries coming up. Interesting conversation on polygamy.
We might have two. I gotta see. Somebody sent me one today. I'm not sure if it was for me personally or I'm gonna ask them. Can we put it on the show as well?
Or maybe a personal solicitation. But yeah,
no, they're in the situation. They had a dilemma.
Okay, we'll get into all of that. I'll see you guys Monday night for Grace and Gossip. Stay safe. We love you guys for watching, and we'll see you Monday, Wednesday, and of course on Friday. And stay tuned because Ready to Love is on the way back. There you go. Under the olive branch, we were in sync. Ready to Love, February 7th. It's on. So we'll see you guys next week. Stay safe.
All right, y'all.